Nice that you looking at. New Romantics. Don't forget to subscribe. New Romantics is a song by the American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift from the deluxe edition of her fifth studio album. 1989, 2014. She wrote it with the producers Max Martin and Shellback. The title references the new romantic cultural movement of the 1970s and 1980s. The new wave music style of that era influenced the song's synth-pop production. New Romantics has an upbeat sound instrumented by pulsing synthesizers. And its lyrics are about reigniting one's hopes and energy after enduring heartbreak. Big Machine Records released New Romantics as the seventh and final single from 1989 on February 23, 2016. The song's music video is a compilation of footage from the 1989 World Tour that Swift embarked on in 2015. In the United States, New Romantics peaked at number 46 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. The single peaked in the top 40 on the charts in Australia, Belgium, Flanders, Lebanon, and Scotland, and it received certifications in Australia, Brazil, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. Many music critics hailed the energetic and lively production of New Romantics. Several commented that the song should have been featured in 1989's standard release and have deemed it one of Swift's best songs. A few critics otherwise deemed it a forgettable track. In 2019, Rolling Stone included New Romantics in their list of the 100 best songs of the 2010s decade. Following a 2019 dispute regarding the ownership of Swift's back catalog, she re-recorded the song and released it as New Romantics, Taylor's version, as part of her 2023 re-recorded album 1989, Taylor's Version. Inspired by 1980s synth pop, the singer-songwriter Taylor Swift moved away from the country-styled music of her previous releases to employ a straightforward pop production for her fifth studio album, 1989, 2014. To this end, she enlisted prominent mainstream pop producers, including Swedish hitmakers Max Martin and Shellback. Swift also recruited the former as co-executive producer. Martin and Shellback produced 7 out of 13 tracks on the album's standard edition, and 2 out of 3 bonus tracks on the deluxe edition, including New Romantics. Swift, Martin and Shellback are credited as the songwriters of New Romantics. The song was recorded by Michael Ilbert at MXM Studios in Stockholm, Sweden, and Sam Holland at Conway Recording Studios in Los Angeles. It was mixed by Serban Gania at Mix Star Studios in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and mastered by Tom Coyne at Sterling Sound Studios in New York City. New Romantics incorporates pulsating synthesizers. The song's title is a reference to the new romantic cultural movement of the late 1970s and 1980s. According to Slate editor Forrest Wickman, this reference is also apparent through the song's sonic resemblance to the era's new wave. Rob Sheffield of Rolling Stone dubbed New Romantics the song that showcased the most authentic tribute to 1980s synth-pop on 1989. AllMusic's Stephen Thomas Erlewine similarly considered the track among the few on the album that truly sounded like 1980s pop, specifically 1983 new wave. For Corey Baisley from Pop Matters, New Romantics is where Swift emulates the indie electro-pop styles of the Scottish band Chvrches, while acknowledging the 1980s influences, such as the coolness of the 1980 hit, We Got the Beat. The musicologist James Perrone opined that New Romantics was musically more about the pop music of the 21st century than about the prevailing styles of the New Romantic era. The lyrics are about Swift reigniting her hopes and energy after the heartbreak she had endured. For Pitchfork's Vrinda Jagota, New Romantics is where Swift brushes off the pain into a night of uninhibited hedonism, representing her departure from slow-burning heartache on her previous songs towards a more positive, laid-back attitude. The refrain starts with Swift singing, "'Cause baby I could build a castle out of all the bricks they threw at me." Anna Leskiewicz from The New Statesman commented that the castle imagery in New Romantics was used in a self-referential way, and departed from the fairy tale notion of castles on Swift's previous songs. The lyrics, "Heartbreak is the national anthem. We sing it proudly. We are too busy dancing to get knocked off our feet," find Swift celebrating the joys of youth. Emily Yar from The Washington Post said this sentiment resembled Swift's 2013 single, 22. Slate's Carl Wilson described the song as 1989's representation of Swift's new attitude towards romance. The lyric, "The best people in life are free," sees Swift no longer seeking revenge on ex-lovers. Perrone noted that the lyrics were representational of Swift's generation's defiant and carefree attitude, which he compared to that of the Mods in the 1960s, specifically citing The Who's 1965 song, "My Generation." New Romantics was initially one of the 3 bonus tracks on the deluxe edition of 1989, which was available exclusively at Target in the United States. On February 17, 2015, Swift announced that she would release the 3 bonus tracks to iTunes stores in the United States as promotional singles one at a time. New Romantics was released on March 3, 2015, by Big Machine Records. Following this release, the song entered the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart dated March 21, 2015, at number 71. On February 19, 2016, Swift announced that New Romantics would be the 7th and final single from 1989. Republic Records, in partnership with Big Machine, released the song to U.S. contemporary hit and hot adult contemporary radio stations on February 23. Upon its single release, New Romantics debuted at number 28 on Pop Songs, a Billboard airplay chart. It peaked at number 18 on Pop Songs. The single peaked at number 46 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart dated April 30, 2016, and spent 8 weeks on the chart. On April 6, Swift released the music video for New Romantics exclusively on Apple Music, which required a paid subscription. Directed by Jonas Åkerlund, the video consists of concert and behind-the-scenes footage during the 1989 World Tour in 2015, intertwined with Swift's voiceovers about her thoughts for her fans. Laura Bertens, a scholar in art history and cultural studies, cited New Romantics as an example of why music videos often elicit strong reactions. Bertens noted that the behind-the-scenes footage of Swift's performances made the audience connect with her on a personal level, to see the private person behind the celebrity, all the while knowing that we are looking at a performance as well. Complex's Jesse Morris deemed the exclusive Apple release part of Swift's partnership with Apple Music, with whom Swift had collaborated on advertisements and interviews. The Sydney Morning Herald's Carl Quinn labeled the release a cynical move, through which Swift implicitly encouraged her fans to subscribe to Apple Music to balance the competition with Spotify, the largest on-demand streaming platform at the time. Swift had publicly condemned Spotify's free streaming services that provided low royalties for artists. Swift made the video available on her Vevo and YouTube accounts on April 13, 2016, without subscription requirements. Upon the release of 1989, Corey Beasley from Pop Matters deemed New Romantics and the other two deluxe edition bonus tracks more compositionally daring than any track on the standard edition. Beasley favorably likened the song to the works of Chvrches, writing that can do it better than anyone else. Slate's Carl Wilson called it manifesto-toned. And Pitchfork's Vrinda Jagota described the track as a surging, euphoric number that captures the essence of the album. Josh Duboff from Vanity Fair lamented the song's exclusion from the standard edition of 1989, writing that it could end up as an album track on pretty much any other 2014 pop stars album. Amy Cliff from Fact picked New Romantics as an example that best demonstrates Swift's ability to memories as romantic, filtered snapshots. Sheffield ranked New Romantics as the second best song of 2014 and the second greatest song of Swift's career, behind All Too Well, 2012. He hailed it as a work of genius, exceeding even the wildest hopes any fan could have dreamed. Rolling Stone featured New Romantics at number 58 in their list, 100 Best Songs of the 2010s. Brittany Spanos described it as the type of relieving dance floor soul purge that the best pop can be. Retrospective reviews from The Guardian's Alexis Petridis, NME's Hannah Milray, and Paste's Jane Song have commented that the song should have made the final cut of 1989 Standard Edition. Lucy Ford from British GQ ranked the single among Swift's 10 best and praised its cheeky and winking theme in a list ranking the bonus tracks from Swift's albums. Variety's Chris Willman ranked New Romantics third and described it as Swift and Martin's peak collaboration in terms of sheer ear candy. There were less enthusiastic reviews. Nate Jones from Vulture regarded New Romantics as a weaker attempt at writing a big generational attempt than Swift's 2012 song, 22. Chris Richards of The Washington Post said that the song registers somewhere between moldy emo and the back pages of a high school literary magazine, containing some of the worst lyrics on 1989. Swift included New Romantics on the set list for the 1989 World Tour, which ran from May to November 2015. She sang the song at the Formula One United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas on October 22, 2016, and at the DirecTV Super Saturday Night, as part of a series of pre-Super Bowl concerts. On February 4, 2017. Swift performed an acoustic guitar rendition at the August 9, 2023, show of the Eras Tour at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Prefaced by her announcement of the October 27 release of her re-recording of 1989, Taylor's version. She sang the song again as part of a guitar medley with her songs, Message in a Bottle, and How You Get the Girl, in dedication to Martin on the May 19, 2024 show of the tour at Friends Arena in Stockholm. This is the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.